here with Concordia head golf coach Brett Muller to talk about the upcoming 2014-15 season. First, recapping last year, let's talk about the progress that both golf programs made. I know you want to get to the point where you're competing at the top of the GPAC, but you had to be happy with the improvement that you saw. Made a big jump on the women's side. Just how happy were you with the progress that was made?
Yeah, on the women's side, we finished 11th in the conference the previous year and moved up to 6th in the conference. So that was a huge jump for us in 1 year, and a lot of that contributes to the two freshmen we had last year, Amy Ehlers and Kayla Kruger. Amy finished tied for 4th in the conference, which was outstanding. She won 2 qualifiers, GPAC number 2 and GPAC number 3, so that really vaulted us up in the team side as well. And I know it'll be a goal for Amy this year to make the national tournament. Then on the men's side, we made some steps in the right direction. However, as a whole, we kind of viewed it as a disappointing season. We had higher expectations coming in and look for better things to come this year.
You mentioned Amy Ehlers. I think you knew you had something pretty good when you got her on board. Break down her first collegiate season and kind of where you see her progressing the next few years.
Amy started off a little shaky at start. I think she put some extra pressure on herself in the earlier tournaments. We knew she had the capabilities to shoot in the 70s. At GPAC number 2 in Sioux City, she did shoot 80, tied for first, like I said, at GPAC number 1, and then that just kind of raised the bar for her, where that was her expectation every tournament out, was in the 70s to 80s. And just talking to some of the other coaches in the conference, they expected her as a freshman to compete for the conference championship.
You also had Kayla Kruger make a significant impact as a freshman. How impressed were you with both her and Amy, the way they were able to come in and do that as freshmen?
Yeah, both those came in were our top 2 players, played at number 1 and number 2 all year. Kayla finished 16th in the conference, also earning GPAC All-Conference Golfer, and just having those 2 come in as freshmen and have them here for another three years as leaders, and they should really help move us in the direction we're trying to go in the conference.
Last year you basically took the same 5 to most tournaments on the women's side. What is that competition going to be like now after Amy and Kayla?
We still have Melissa and Chanel Hallert will be joining us again. She took the last semester off. And then Kristen Rim and Allie Schieffer are all returners that have varsity experience. Then we bring in 3 very, very solid freshmen that I expect to compete for one of those top 5 spots. I expect practices to be very competitive and continue to see the Bulldogs move forward in the standings in the GPAC.
How much of a jump do you think the women can make after, like we said, going from 11th to 6th last season?
Our goal this year will definitely be to finish in the top 4 of the conference. I think that's a very realistic and attainable goal, and it'll take some hard work, and we'll have to have everybody ready to go. We have some returners that have some experience, and then have some good younger players coming in that will be looking to make their mark on the program as freshmen.
On the men's side, you have to start first talking with Sean Rodehorst, who's probably been one of the top golfers in the program's history. What do you think we'll say about him a few years from now, and when we kind of look back at his career?
The thing with Sean is he's a very good individual player, but he's all about the team. He wants the team to do well. He wants to make the national championship as a team, not as an individual. And I think we have some players coming in this year, along with the returners, that we can really make a push this year for the GPAC championship. Sean has done a great job of reaching out and talking to more recruits, and he's a reason why we have a couple of the kids coming in that we do. And then on the course, he kind of battled the hip injury last year, and hopefully we have that under control, and he just puts in the extra time and really cares about his game and wants to make the most of his college golf experience.
Now, there are a lot of familiar faces back. Most of the guys are back. What is the competition like on the men's side for those other spots?
Yeah, we have 9 of our top 10 golfers coming back this year on the men's side. Only senior last year that played in a varsity meet was Sam DeFries. He'll be helping this year as a student assistant. But like I said, with our incomers, we have 3 freshmen coming in. Tyler Irschman from Brownell Talbot in Omaha finished 3rd at the Class C state tournament. Peyton DeVinci from from Lutheran High in Parker, Colorado. His team won the state championship. And then we have Russell Auden, who's also a very good player from Arapahoe High School in Centennial, Colorado. And then a couple transfers. Reed Wiebe he has 1 semester of Division I experience at UNO. He should push for a conference championship on the individual side. He could be one of the best players in the conference. And then also have another transfer, Matthew Otten, who went and played football for a couple years, and now he's back and went to the state tournament in Class A a couple years ago. So I expect practices to be pretty intense, and the competition should definitely be there, and look for big things this year out of the men's program.
You could talk about Jared and Court specifically, who were very solid as freshmen. What do you think we'll see from them as sophomores?
Yeah, Jared came in last year and immediately kind of rose to our number 2 spot pretty quickly. He had a fantastic tournament at GPAC number 2 on a very tough condition day, pretty cold, rainy, a little bit of snow. Shot 78, one of his top scores for the semester. And just he kind of settled into that number 2 role, so I expect him to continue to improve. And then Court Krogan from Seward had a very good campaign as well, and I know those guys have been playing a lot of golf this summer and look to continue to improve.
Now this will be the first full season where you've had Highlands as the home course. How does that change benefit the program?
We will be in the GPAC rotation. For hosting a GPAC qualifier, it won't happen for a couple years yet, but just having the home course, and we will host an invitational this year, and to play on our home course rather than having to travel all the time will definitely be a competitive advantage. And we look to host in some tournaments at Highlands, and it's been great being able to practice in there and having a little bit longer, a little tougher golf course, something we're more used to playing in tournaments, and also having the full practice facility as well has definitely been a benefit for the program.